This week's guest lives in Munich, Germany. We were not able to fit Germany into our travel schedule, but she was so amazing and drove all day to meet us in France. We chose Colmar because it is a German-influenced Bavarian village. This is because it has actually gone between French and German occupation several times. It was also incredibly beautiful. We kept saying how we felt like we were in Beauty and the Beast. What I did not learn until after we left was that Colmar was actually an inspiration for the town in the movie. How amazing is that? What is funny about this episode is while Stephanie has lived in Germany for over 13 years, she's actually originally from Massachusetts like me. My sister-in-law Anna is an old friend of hers and set us up. I felt like I had known Stephanie for years. We had so much in common. So funny how two Mass-born singers never met until we found each other in Europe. This is so pretty. I can't even handle it.
Like a fairy tale. Yeah.
Like, don't you feel like we should be singing Beauty and the Beast out here?
Yes, very much so.
Bonjour, bonjour.
Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Yeah.
So pretty.
Take a walk across the ocean. Take a stroll across the sea. Just to find out what you're thinking. Do you want to walk with me? We can talk about the future. Reminisce about the past. Remember enemies and friendships. Make this the peace that lasts. Dream on with open eyes. Dream on with an open mind. Dream on, dream on paradise.
It all started with Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh.
And I had one of those moments, I think I was like eating cereal. I was like, and then it came on the radio and I was like, what is this? What is the, like, and it just blew my mind, this harmony that I heard. And I was like, it was the sound of silence. Like, I remember the moment that I heard it. And that was the moment my life changed. I was like, whatever they're doing, that is what I'm going to do. And I wasn't that old. Like, I was a little kid.
Yeah.
But I was just like, that's me.
That's awesome. Oh, I love that story. Yeah, isn't that neat? Like, you know, like that's why I think it's so important to have like music in schools for kids, you know, because, you know, some parents don't listen to music or they, you know, or, you know, it's just not important in their life. But like exposing kids to that stuff, you never know when that spark is going to happen, that moment. And like now this is your life. This is what you're doing. And like, you know, like it's just really special. It's really cool, you know? Hold your hand out when you're hungry. We've all got many mouths to feed. If I've got anything that you need, you just come and ask, please. Dream on with open eyes. Dream on with an open mind. Dream on paradise.
I can connect with myself. Like if I'm ever feeling like in chaos about something, in conflict, and I don't know what to do, like I can always go to a piano or a guitar, or I can just start singing and just lay down tracks of nonsense, and all of a sudden things start to make sense. And it's the same thing with other people. Like I find that if I'm having trouble finding a way to say something to someone, if I just sit down without, you know, thinking, oh, I'm going to write a song now, but, you know, I just start writing a song and think, okay, well, whatever happens, happens. A lot of times those things will just come out in a song, and it's in a form that I can understand and that maybe even they can understand.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, music for me is like the best way for me to communicate with people.
I'm also trying to figure out why it's so special to me when I sing with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And saying that makes me realize, like, that's the ultimate connection with somebody else, where you're like speaking at the same time, basically. You're communicating at the same time, and you're so in sync with them.
Yeah.
And those actual vibrations that your body is making are in tune with each other. And it's just like seriously magic.
You know, singing is just a more extreme version of speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of times if I'm feeling an extreme emotion, it's much easier for me to sing it than it is to speak it. So I feel like music for me has just, it's helped me come to terms with the world I live in and figure out like positive, constructive ways of dealing with that and like finding my way.
Well, thank you for coming all the way out here.
Hey, thank you for inviting me.
So crazy nice. Like, I know that like doing that kind of crazy drive alone is no joke. Like, it's really hard. You know.
Yeah, it was part of tour life, so I'm used to it. So I was just happy that you invited me, and I was happy to do it.
And I know you tour so much, and like, you know, I know you're doing like everything on your own. And it's just like wild, and you know, I'm watching you on Instagram and I'm watching you on Facebook, and it looks just so luxurious and chilling at the beach, and you have another seaside beautiful venue, and I know it's so much work though.
Yes.
You know, like I'm watching it, and it looks so relaxing and wonderful, but I'm like, that girl's working hard.
Yeah, I have to say, like, it was really, really nice there. Like, it was beautiful. I loved doing it. The whole tour was really fun.
Yeah.
But like, I think people imagine like, oh, she's going on tour in the North Sea. Like, she'll be able to go to the beach all day and then play all night, and it'll be beautiful. And like, ideally, that's what would happen. But the reality is like so different. The reality is like getting up at 5 a.m. in order to make the next ferry, to take a ferry to the mainland for 2.5 hours, drive for 2.5 hours on the mainland, then take another ferry for 2.5 hours. Then set up all your equipment and like drag it all along, you know, like, and make sure that you're everywhere on time, and everything's based on the tides. So if like the tide goes out without me, I can't get to the next concert. So it was like, it was really fun, but I was always like, oh my gosh, because the schedule was literally planned to the minute.
Oh my gosh.
And so yeah, the itinerary was like pages long of just like exactly when I had to be where, just because there were so many things to organize. And then I didn't realize this. I mean, I was thinking like a beach region, like I'm, you know, from like Cape Cod.
Yeah.
So like I know what it can be like, and I know it can be kind of like raw.
Yeah.
But what I didn't realize is how raw it was going to be in summer.
Yeah.
And I brought an umbrella, and I brought warm clothes.
Yeah.
But the very first instant I opened the umbrella, it got shredded to pieces. And I was like, oh, well, that's not an option. And so I was like, well, I guess I'll go buy a raincoat. And then I realized, like, stores in Germany, like, the culture is very different. So, like, in the U.S., they cater to tourists, and they're like, oh, we want to make sure they can buy whatever they want to buy whenever they want to buy it.
Like all hours.
Yes. Because they're like, yes, like, you know, like, let's, you know, buy things so that we can keep the economy going.
Yeah,
and, like, in Germany, they're like, let's enjoy life. And so they'll be open for, like, 2 hours in the morning and 3 hours in the evening. And those 2 or 3 hours were always the hours that I was like on a ferry or traveling. And so like I was soaking wet for 5 days straight. I was like walking around like a wet dog. I was trying to like do my hair all nice, and I was like, this is a disaster. So I was just like, I'll wear a hat.
Yeah.
Like
Hats are handy.
Yes.
I've been learning that on this trip.
Yeah. So hats saved the day. And it was great, but it was exhausting.
Yeah.
Like I came home and slept for 2 days.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even when we were doing that Hawaii tour, you know, it was super fun and it was beautiful and it was amazing, but we were working our butts off like every second of that tour. And like, you know, every so often we were like, okay, let's take some pictures by the beach. We got like 20 minutes, you know, and it just looks like we're chilling at the beach all day, you know, drinking cocktails and having fun. But like, no, we're working our butts off. But it's the best kind of work. So like, you know, I can't complain, you know.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know, it's like we're out here on Wednesday at 9 in the morning, you know, like getting to make music together, and that's like, to me, you know, I feel so blessed that like this gets to be my job.
Yes.
You know, that I get to make music and meet amazing people like you all over the world and like, you know, make music together. Like that's wild.
I feel
you know?
the same way. Like I got to drive it. You're like, oh, you drove all the way to Colmar. Like, but I get to go meet cool people and do cool things with them. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
It's been really fun.
The title of the show is Finding Harmony. And to me, it has kind of a double meaning where, you know, my favorite thing in the world to do is sing harmony with other artists. It just feels good. It's super fun. It's how I've made most of my friends. It's like, it feels like magical moments, you know, it's super fun. And then on top of that, this trip and just making new friendships, it's bringing a lot of, you know, like emotional harmony to my life, you know, and a lot of that is just really because of music. And so I was wondering if you have any similar experience to that of like, you know, music and your experiences with working with other people, you know, if that is good for you on a second level as well as just making fun music.
Totally, because when you, I don't know, I feel like when you sing with someone, first of all, you're using an instrument that you use every day. You experience the most intimate emotions with it. So you laugh, you cry, you scream in anger, all with your instrument.
Yeah.
And so like there's so much energy wrapped up in that we're not even aware of. And when you like bring that energy into harmony with someone else's, those emotions just kind of get put into this really positive light. And I just really enjoy that feeling that you get, that you can connect with someone in all of their experiences at some sort of level. I mean, obviously, I don't know everything about you just because I'm playing with you, but I feel like we've connected in a way because we've been singing together for 2 days.
Yeah.
So it's really fun, and I feel like it really helps me, I don't know, it helps me understand people.
Yeah.
And it's just been a really fun experience. Yeah.
Everyone watches, everyone else sees that we're all free to move around, and everyone and so will find that everywhere's sacred ground. Oh, dream on with open eyes, dream on with an open mind. Dream on, dream on, oh, dream on with open eyes. Dream on with an open mind. Dream on, dream on paradise.
Hello! Hi! I'm here with Stephanie Forryan. We are in France and we just shot an episode of Finding Harmony. Yay! It's really fun.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for doing this. Like, this girl drove over 5 hours from Germany to come do this show. Sorry, I feel like I'm like up here and she's right up here. Yeah, she drove all the way from Germany to come do this show. We really wanted to get to Germany, but just because of some scheduling conflicts and time management, we weren't able to get there. So I was like, oh man, we're not going anymore, but we are going to be in France. But would you have any interest in coming up? And she did. She drove all the way up. It was really sweet of her. So, yeah, we've been having a ton of fun up here and making music and filming the show. And how's the experience been for you?
It's been really fun. Like the town here is gorgeous, so it was just fun to come out here, and it's been amazing to just make music with you. It's been so much fun. Yeah, she's got a beautiful voice, and I knew that because I've heard you like online, but it was nice to hear it in person.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I want to give a big shout out to my sister-in-law Anna. Yes. She's the one who set us up.
Thanks, Anna.
Yeah, thank you, Anna. She's like, oh, you're gonna meet my friend Stephanie. She's such a great singer. She's awesome. So, thank you. You made this whole episode happen. You really did. So, it's really cool. Awesome. Well, we just wanted to pop on and say hi and let you all know that we just shot an episode and that it'll probably be out closer to January. But we just wanted to pop on and say hi and say a big shout out to our sponsors, Cinematography, National Association of Record Industry Professionals, to Earthworks Microphones, and to Onyx XOXO. So thank you, sponsors, for making this happen. And yeah, so check out Stephanie. I tagged her. Excuse me. I tagged her in the post with this live video. So go check out her page and listen to her music and you know, it's really great. So she's got awesome videos, and so it was an honor to sing with you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Cool. Hope everyone's having a super fun time. I know you're all in bed, but you can see this when you wake up. And good morning.